Green light, they're away.
And they're all in their positions, ready to go. There's the light up.
In true Mildura style.
The green light's on. It was a beautiful start.
He's trying to get across.
Hello, welcome to Burning Questions. Today is June 12, looking ahead to the big Saturday night meeting, June 14 at Melton, racing 9 races on the card, the last to go at 9:15 p.m, joined by, well, I don't think it's the Liverpool captain or the former Liverpool captain, Steven Gerrard. It looks like Chris Svanosio. What on earth have you done there, Snooze?
No idea. I think this phone's been dropped into the sand on the track too many times and it might be on its last couple of days.
Well, you are. I don't know if you follow the soccer, but you'd know Steven Gerrard, wouldn't you, from Liverpool back in the day?
Oh, yeah, I'm a big Liverpool fan. I went and watched him play at the MCG. They sang "You'll Never Walk Alone," about 97,000 Liverpool supporters.
Had the scarves up.
Yep. I can still remember him slipping over and they lost the Premier League title about
That's right.
10 years ago or something. It still breaks my heart. But, yeah, he won him a Champions League, so he was the best.
Just indulge me for 1 second. It's funny you bring that up. It's one of my few life highlights. I was there, Snooze, the day that at Anfield, the day Gerrard scored the goal against Olympiacos, the volley, to put them through into the next phase. I can't remember. Might have been about 3 games out from the final. It's one of the all-time great goals of the club's history, and I somehow happened to be there that day. So I'll never forget. I got knocked from about 15 rows down my seats and nearly ended up on the ground. They went that crazy. Righto, we're talking harness racing, aren't we? It's Alan, Tormey and Darren Carroll here as well. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get stuck right into it. We've mucked around enough. We're going to start with APG as our first sponsor. Their national mix sale is back again and coming to you twice in 2025, with the online options taking place in May and August and featuring weanlings, yearlings, stallions and broodmares. These 2 sales really do have a horse for everyone. Find the details at apgold.com.au. It's been a long while for Avant Guard, but can he win the 4th on the card? Race 4 is a Nutrien Equine Trot. We're talking about horse 6, Avant Guard, Ross Graham, Alan Tormey. I'll go to you first here, Daz.
I was hoping to get some insight first.
Well, okay, we'll go to Alan because she's driving Avant Guard. Tricky barrier draw, Alan. Nice horse, but he just seems to, always be running on and running nice races, but he rarely wins.
He rarely wins now that I'm driving him. He was winning all the time when Herbie was driving him. But he's going good. Hasn't probably had the best of luck lately. He's drawn 8 a few times, which doesn't suit him, and then he's led or sat outside the leader and just always kind of had one better than him. But I think this is the weakest race he's probably found for a while. He was first up a few weeks ago for a few weeks and he needed the run, and then last week they went too slow. So I think this week he should be pretty much cherry ripe to be able to kind of work forward if the tempo allows and, do his thing, and hopefully he's too good for them.
Okay, you said, there's a little bit of confidence there, Al.
He's been dying to win one for a while, and this is the weakest race. He's by no far immoral, but I think it's his best chance to win one.
Okay.
Alan, is he a bit of a stable favourite? Do you know?
That one thing about Ross Graham, they love all their horses. I think they all get treated super well, but I'd say it'd have to be. I'd say nephew of Sunoco would probably have to be up there. He's been a long time.
Not many sit up in the grandstand at Melton, but Ross comes up and they give this horse an almighty cheer every time he starts. So, you always know when it's close to the finish line because they cheer this one home really loud.
You know that? Sorry, that's because they backed him, Daz. Good stuff. I'll hold you to last then, Daz. We'll go to Snooze, who drives horse 3 in this race, and he also trains at Remus Phoenix, 3rd up from a break. Snooze, I thought the first up run was disappointing. I was on him that night, and he trialled really good, and I thought he was a bit flat, but he hit the line really good along the pegs last time out. Is he right to go 3rd up?
Yeah, that's right. He was absolutely legless first up. Just had a beautiful trip and dropped out, but then sort of had 3 weeks between runs and hit the line a lot better last week in sort of just a slowly run race, and it was a sprint home. Probably I'll drive him similar. Remus Phoenix, he'll need a few things to go right, and hopefully he can be getting home good. Alan's horse has run a lot of really good races in these similar sort of class of race, but it looks a pretty even field. There's several pretty good horses in it at their best, and sort of whichever one gets a decent trip is probably going to be pretty hard to beat, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. Found it difficult. Daz, can you shed any light on race 4, please?
Not really. No, it's very even. Not even a logical leader in the race. Like, it doesn't appear to be the quickest front row there. So it's probably going to be, the ones out wide look to be pushing forward for my liking. Like, even Johnny Justice might chance his arm on hatchback, considering the class of the race. But no doubt Avant Guard is the one that can do work and be on speed. The one that still continues to race well is Little Yankee. It's the opportunist, but it's got a very awkward draw and it's going to need tempo. And I'm not sure there's a lot of tempo in this race. It might be one of those awkward races, but I think the safest way for me to go is to go Little Yankee each way, purely because it'll be hitting the line hard. But I greatly respect both Alan and Snoozer's horses, because I've been a massive fan of Remus, and I was just as disappointed as everyone first up, but couldn't really understand it. Tough race. We haven't even mentioned Nephew of Sunoco. Really, he looks the class horse out of all of them, I suppose.
Yeah. Just your thoughts, Daz. I reckon there's a leader here, and I reckon he'll improve. I'm not saying he's going to win, but I reckon he'll improve big time. Mercenary's been crying out for a gate.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll cross the one, I would have thought, and his runs. He put in some good runs here and there, but he's a funny old horse, so I reckon he could improve at odds. But
yeah, he was there on the corner last time and got sort of squeezed up and then galloped, so it wasn't like he just galloped in his own accord. But you need to back him on trust, wouldn't you? Like, I think most people will be running out of patience with him.
Yeah, a really interesting race. That's race 4 on the card.
What are you going for, Todd?
I ended up with Remus Phoenix, Daz. I had Nephew of Sunoco on top originally. I liked if you go back and look at the sectionals, I think they were basically exactly even last start, Nephew of Sunoco and Remus Phoenix, the last quarter and last half.
Yeah.
But Remus kind of did it off the pegs at times, and maybe was a little crowded, so I thought his run was a touch better. But and does he lob a bit handier too, Daz, maybe from 3 as opposed to for Nephew? Nephew's going to have to come from back and wide. So, I just went with Remus Phoenix, but probably keeping most of my money in the pocket. Pride's Easy Feed stand as a proud supporter of the harness racing industry with their set recipes and quality ingredients to give the trainer confidence in what they're feeding. So make the switch to Pride's and start getting the result you've been chasing. The salt showed plenty of pepper last start. So do we think he's pretty smart? We're going right to the bottom of the form guide, as I said, 9:15 p.m. It's the Better Vet 2-year-old trot. Chris Svanosio trains and drives the 6 past the salts. Alan, you're not involved here. I reckon you were at one stage. Were you on Brooklyn Got Courage at one point, or did I imagine that?
Yeah, but it's been pulling quite hard, so we decided to do a driver change, and Jack can see if he can control that one a little bit better.
Okay. Any winning hope for the 2, do you think, or not?
It's improving, but no. And the ones it's raced against most of these the last time at Melton, and they pretty much had its measure fairly easily. So no, I'd say no, not this week.
Yeah, okay. Snooze, we'll go to you past the salts. My recollection is I went to interview you after the last at Melton a couple of weeks ago, and you took off on me, but that wasn't your fault. He's a funny old horse past the salt. And I remember you saying to me at the start he can be quite interesting. He wants to get going, and you really had no idea what he was going to do. But one thing we do know is he looks to have a bit of ability, and he hit the line really good. Were you impressed with that win last time out?
Yeah, I thought he was terrific. We do think he's a pretty nice horse, but he's definitely not the finished product yet. He handled everything terrific out of the gate last time, and then was able to hand up and finished off really good. So I'd be looking to do something similar. But if I think if he does everything right, he should go pretty close.
Okay, well, fly the gate again, lead, maybe hand up to something again. That would be the plan.
Yeah, well, I didn't have a plan last time, but that's what he decided to do, was charge out of the gate. So and then he just dropped the bit, so I was happy to hand up. But so once again, I'll be just sort of going with him a bit. But I'd be happy to be in front or up near the front somewhere would be ideal.
Yeah, good. And the name Pastor Salt, I think it's something to do with the sire, Pastor Stephen. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I think Kevin Risley might have been writing the names down, and Pastor Stephen and Pastor Salt. It's I think it was as simple as that, and wrote it down, and that was a name that got through. So they sounded maybe a bit ordinary when you first heard it, but if he keeps winning, it'll sound all right.
Yeah, too right. I actually don't mind it, Daz. I'll come to you. Mm. Are you a plain salt or a chicken salt man, Daz?
I don't mind a bit of chicken salt. Yeah.
Okay.
You reckon you call your next one chicken salt, will you?
Yeah. Can't put chicken salt on a steak though, Daz. And I know you love your steaks. What are you doing here? I'm willing to give Howdy Mate another go. He was a bit unlucky, sort of. He was a bit squeezed up at the start there, and I think it was a bit of a no guide run. And I thought Pastor Salt and Howdy Mate were probably just as good as each other on debut. I'm probably just going to lean towards Howdy Mate, but there's plenty of chances here. Yeah,
manners are going to be crucial, obviously. So last time it was over the 2200. This time we come back to the 1720. I don't think it'll make any difference because last time they went the first half in 67.5, so it was hardly a staying test or anything. So I don't think we'll worry about the distance change. Probably out of the main chances, El Perfecto's the most reliable, but I think the others have got him covered if they do everything right. He had every chance last time and wasn't able to hold off the quality horse like Pastor Salt. But respect Howdy Mate and Vance Lane, I'm a big fan of, but he got it all wrong last time as well. Didn't take any part in the race. So really, it's manners. And from what I saw last time, I'm willing to go Pastor Salt.
I reckon maybe the driver was distracted on Vance Lane last time, Daz.
Yeah, too much chocolate and trying to make jokes with you pre-race. That's what happens.
Yeah. Interesting race. So for the record, you're with Pastor Salt?
Pastor Salt, yeah. But manners crucial here, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. Race 9, 9:15 p.m, the last on the card. Logical Staffing Solutions provide labour hire and recruitment services to the transport, warehousing, automotive and manufacturing industries. The logical solution for your staffing needs. The opener looks anyone's guess. So who'll be the one to impress? The opener is, of course, the first race on the card, 2 minutes past 5, the renowned Silverware Pace. Big field here. As it stands, you do have a runner here now, Snooze. I reckon when I last looked, you didn't, but you are on the emergency for Peter Manning. He's all talk. From memory, you drove him first up from a break. What were your impressions?
He went terrific, actually, when I drove him. He was first up from Adelaide, and he won a fair few races over there, and did a bit of work early and finished off really good. And then I think did a few things wrong at his next start. I think he was pretty good at Horsham on yesterday, so he just has a very, very tough barrier draw, so he's going to need a lot to go right to get into it.
Yeah, we had something on him, didn't we, Daz? Just small, just in case yesterday. And I thought he was brave, wasn't he? And, of course, in the last 2 strides, he got nabbed for third for those playing on the each way. I'll go to you here, Daz. Really interesting race. Wouldn't surprise me if you tipped anything here, really. To be honest, it's a wide open event.
Yeah, the scratching's interesting. So neat and tidy's the scratching. So it takes a bit of speed off the front row as well as the fact that it gives He's All Talk a chance. I actually like Odin. I think he's got the gate speed. I think he's the leader, the obvious leader. Whether he takes a sit or not, I doubt there's anything for him to take a sit on. So he's going to have to go for an all-the-way victory. 4 starts ago, he beat Young Bluey and Yambucky, and the start next to that, Clementis sprinted him up the straight after they'd both done a little bit work early. I just thought he found the front, gets a nice run. Race 1 at Melton, like to be on the leaders. And, I think he'll be very hard to beat. So he'll probably be about each way odds, I would have thought, Tox. So he's my top pick. Respect Maxi wants to play. He didn't have much luck at all last week, and especially if he gets the run leaders back. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Probably going the fence. My Uncle Stan will probably find it hard from 3 or 4 fence.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go each way Maxi wants to play, Daz. And I reckon he's been very unlucky in a couple of these sorts of races. I reckon he was 3 pegs on both occasions and held up climbing over their back. So I reckon Aaron will be positive at the start and be happy to take cover on one, knowing that Odin would probably try and go all the way. So
we could might be able to back both of them, Top.
Yeah, I reckon. So that's race 1. We'll go to Alan Tormey here, who drives the 11 Clementis. He doesn't run many bad races, Alan. He's so consistent. He's always hitting the line hard. Barrier 11's not easy, though.
No, it's not. It looks like it's probably going to be pegs dominated. Odin, Maxi wants to play. My Uncle Stan. But he's actually flying. He's had no luck since his 2 wins. I think he's drove him and he was jogging over the line. So any tempo early, I think he'll be flying home, but whether that's good enough, probably not in the first race at Melton over the short.
Yeah. That's race 1, 2 minutes past 5. Just a reminder, jackpots on the first 4 on races 1, 2, 3, 4, $2,500 into a projected $20,000 pool. So, good to get involved through the early part of the card. Bullet holds favouritism in the free-for-all clash, but will he take the winner's sash? Race 6 on the card is a Logical Staffing Solutions free-for-all. We've got a field of 8. Bulletproof Boy is favourite. He comes from barrier 6 here. Daz, I'll go to you. I think last glance, I think Sportsbet were quite generous. I think they've got even Bulletproof Boy up at around the 240 mark. So, he looks, he's probably the best horse, isn't he? He just pound for pound, he just keeps winning. He's won 47 races now, I think. Does he get the front, though?
I probably think he does. How easy he gets it, I'm not sure. You'd have to think that Jillaby Nitro would be the first one to the fence. Cosmo would be happy to take two back or 3 back and not do any work. I was actually quite impressed with Cosmo's run last week, even though he got beaten a long way. So he's won at massive odds that could run into your trifectas and first 4s. Seb's choice with Puppet aboard, it's interesting. They might go forward. He's from Heaven's also got some gate speed, but you'd think that Bulletproof Boy will probably find the front. Then Yambucky and be put into the race as soon as the pace slackens, and then it will become who's the best horse over the concluding stages. So I like Yambucky. I just think his form's been fantastic. 2 starts ago, he was just out-sprinted probably by the only horse that could beat him that night, and that was Better Isolate, coming home in about 26 seconds up the straight. Subsequently to that, he sat parked. I know they went hard early, but he beat Bulletproof Boy quite easily on that occasion. So I had the market around the different way. I had Ian Buckian as my favourite and Bulletproof Boy as the second favourite with Jillaby Nitro. So I've got to back accordingly, and I'm going for Ian Buckian.
Yeah, okay. Interesting that you'd go for a horse that's not going to be on the pegs in a free-for-all, Daz. I think generally speaking, you would look for the horse, in these types of events that does get the pegs, wouldn't you?
Well, he's going to go around and sit parked, and he did that last start and beat the horse that's favourite in the race. And I know your argument would be that they went 42 or 43 lead time on that occasion. I don't care. He can go around and dictate at the right time. He's tough. I'm not worried he's going to be coming 3 or 4 wide. He's going to be up on the speed and dictating whatever tempo they go. So.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, I'm going to back Jillaby Nitro each way, hoping your scenario pans out and Yambuckian drills for the last 400 or 500. And I reckon Jillaby Nitro, even though he's got a losing sequence of 18, that does worry me a little bit, but I reckon he's a good little each way play. We'll go to you here, Snooze. You're not involved, but you know these horses. Which camp are you in? Daz has made a pretty good case for Yambuckian.
Yeah, I sort of thought the same. Just obviously they're both very, very good horses, but the way Yambuckian won last start, it looks like you'll have to do something similar again. Bulletproof Boy just keeps running great races, but he probably wasn't quite as good last time. Just he wasn't beaten far, but yeah, I thought just on their last couple of runs, Buckian could go around and probably get the cash again.
Okay, Alan. Buckian for Daz and Snooze. I'm with Jillaby Nitro. Have you got a different selection, or are you with one of us?
No, I agreed with Snooze and Daz. Yeah, the Buckian's been flying and put the writing on the wall last start when it sat outside Bulletproof Boy. So yeah, I think he's the one to beat.
I've got a phone call from Scotty Ewan here. He's saying, hang on a minute, I'm the king of Melton. I won 47 races. Come on. No, it's going to be a great race. I think there's only three key chances here in race number 6. That goes at 7:48 p.m. Just before we go to best bet, Snooze, just quickly an update on RC Phoenix. All's good with him. I think he trialled the other day. Did he trial this week? And he'll be heading, he'll go around at Melton once before he goes to Queensland.
Yeah, he's had 2 trials the last couple of weeks at Melton, and yeah, he's been very good both times. And yeah, everything seems to be ticking along perfect with him. So we'll aim him up for Saturday next week at Melton, and comes through that well, he'll sort of leave for Queensland the week after.
Yeah, super. I'm going to go with him in the Inter-Dominion. I reckon. Just a word on the distance. Do you reckon? I heard a couple of people say to me, "Oh, yeah, I'm worried about the distance of the final." What's your counter argument to that?
Well, I don't know if anyone could be worried about RC Phoenix over the distance. He got 3 pretty big checks in the Dominion, and no one's ever really said it to me, but I thought that was his best run ever in New Zealand over 2 miles. So this race, the Inter-Dominion final, will be shorter than that. So I don't think the distance will be a concern. If he's fitting well, he'll that's the main thing for him.
He'll just win by further. He gets further to draw away from him. Now, looking forward to him going up there and representing. He's probably Victoria's leading chance, Daz, I reckon, just about now, with maybe Zahara not going and Susan is her name on the sidelines.
So who else we got? Call Me the Breeze still going?
Yep. Yeah, he's going. We've got a couple of Kiwis, obviously. Yeah.
You'd probably have a Faster Metro be going. So, yeah, we hold a good hand.
Yeah, good stuff. Righto. We sidetracked a little bit there. Sharps Bakery sponsor the best bets segment. Let's go to you, Alan. I might have put you on the spot a little bit. I got the questions across a little bit late, but you know the drill. We need a best bet every time I'm burning questions. What's yours?
I found it hard this week because I've got drives in most of the ones that probably I liked, but I might go a bit of Irish Luck, bit of a roughie. She always goes really good first up, and I think she trialled really well at Shepparton a couple of weeks ago, small field, and yeah, she's fast when they drive her with a sit. So if the races run to suit, she might be able to run over the top of it.
Okay, race 7, number 8, bit of Irish Luck. First up from a break for Mick Blackmore. Snooze, your best bet, please.
I just thought race 5, number 1, Beat Sweet, first up for Emma Stewart. Got pretty good form in Tassie, and obviously Clayton and Emma do such a good job when they get horses like that, and got the good draw, so I thought it'd be pretty hard to beat. Not sure what odds it is, but it looks probably a suitable race for it first up.
Okay, good stuff. Race 5, number 1, Beat Sweet. Darren Carroll, over to you, please.
I'm going to probably have to dodge Scotty Ewan on Saturday night. I'm going to go race 6, Buckian as my best bet.
Wow. Okay. I'm getting worried here because I didn't like that Snooze because I was going to go Smoke and Ace, and I'm going to have to now. I'm not going to change. So race 5, number 6, Smoke and Ace. He's just crying out to win a race. He's been leading and getting run down. He came from back in the field last time and got really close. So I just reckon he might be the class here. So I'll take you on here, Snooze. Race 5, number 6, Smoke and Ace for me. Really appreciate you jumping on, guys. It's been a great episode of Burning Questions. June 12 today. I'll be on track for all the racing on Saturday night. The first is set to go at 5:02 p.m.
Green light, they're away.
And they're all in their positions, ready to go. There's the light up.
In true Melton stock.
The green light's on. It was a beautiful start of...
He's trying to get